Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana is. Let's have a look at a short clip of South Sudan President Salva Kiir. A clip that has been going viral since yesterday. That's a very embarrassing moment for the president. And it might be possible that the president underwent a lot of psychological torture as a result of that. And it appears it might be a medical condition. In this video, I want us to have a look at it from another angle. Is that condition a hindrance to the South Sudan president in discharging his mandate as the president? And what does that show us about African leaders? And what are the lessons African leaders should learn as a result of that embarrassing moment? Before digging deep into the story, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Looking at that short clip, I personally sympathized with the president. And from the look of things, it might be possible the president has a medical condition, a condition hindering him from discharging his mandate as the president. Assuming the president was required to attend some boardroom meetings after that parade, it's obvious he can't attend those meetings in that shape. He must first of all do some bathing and changing of clothes. So the condition might be hindering the president from discharging his mandate. So the question begs, is the president willing or is he even ready to resign? And what does that show us about African leaders and their understanding of a public office? Yes. What's the understanding of a public office? Let's dig deep into this story. An African leader would rather die in office than to resign. And I'm saying that because all over Africa, just some years back, we used to see Robert Mugabe reading some old speeches, thinking that he was reading some current speech. There was a function in Zimbabwe, and Mugabe read some old speech, thinking it was the latest speech he was to read. In Kenya some years back again, we saw Amos Kimunya saying he rather die than to resign. At that time, he was accused of some corruption. When William Ruto and his team were campaigning for the presidency, they made it very clear to Kenyans that immediately akiweka Biblia chini. I really like that phrase. Yes. Immediately akiweka Biblia chini, unga was to retail at about 70 bob per pack. Yes. If you look on what is currently happening in William Ruto's government, it's almost very certain and very clear William Ruto's government, in about 100 days they've been in office, they have failed to deliver. And I know Ruto and his team, they also know they have failed. Are they ready or even willing to resign? The answer is a very big no. And the reason is simple. They might be benefiting individually as a result of holding those offices. Their holding of those offices are benefiting them individually. If you are the president, you benefit from that office. If you are a minister, you are benefiting individually from that office. So they see these offices as their birthright, their personal and private properties, not public offices. And that's why, even in glaring conditions, such as this one of South Sudan president, he is not yet ready or even willing to resign. And I'm very sure, should anybody in South Sudan raise the medical condition, or rather raise that issue of the medical condition of the president, then that person's goose might be cooked. Raising the health, or rather questioning the health of a president is almost a criminal offense. But you are now seeing clearly that this is a sick president, but he's not willing or ready to resign. They are taking those offices as their personal properties. From that incident again, I'm seeing a very high possibility where Salva Kiir supporters, they cannot allow any person or anybody challenge the medical condition of the president. And I'm saying that because even here in Kenya, a leader can be very corrupt, but his supporters will come out to defend him against accusations of corruption. I'm very sure that assuming you are in South Sudan, and then you challenge the medical condition of the president, you will most definitely meet the wrath of his supporters. So I'm also seeing a very naive Africans, a very naive people who do not actually know what is expected of a leader. And I'm saying that because if you look at the current political dispensation in Kenya, it's almost certain and very clear that the current leadership is actually getting it wrong. They are already failing. But if you look at the leaders surrounding the leadership, they are already talking on how the leader will win a re-election come 2027. And we are even seeing opposition leaders, members of parliament, senators, governors, who should be keeping the government in check, pledging to work with the same government. And they are actually joining the government in masses. Yes. A government clearly not delivering. So Africans themselves are to blame for this kind of mediocre kind of leaders. The Africans themselves, or rather the voters themselves, must first of all take the blame for these kinds of mediocre leaders. As I conclude, that incident is not only an embarrassment to the president, but a psychological torture. If I had the privilege of advising the president, I would tell him to weigh the conditions here. Is it his life, or is it being the president? And can that condition, or serving as the president, can it affect his medical life as a person? Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. To our fans, I'm very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. Any other person who wants to support our channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.